Hey, welcome back.
I gotta be honest with you.
We've decided today, because it's the month of May, it's the 25th anniversary of Image Comics, that we're going to talk about Image, the beginning, in part one.
That's right. It's our first two-part episode, folks. So where do we start?
Why don't we start with the first book?
Youngblood.
There you go.
First Image title to be released in 1992.
That's correct.
By Rob Liefeld.
Oh, one of the best.
Oh, one of the great artists. Absolutely.
After that was Spawn, and then Shadowhawk, Wetworks.
Wildcats.
I'm sorry. Wetworks was way after because Wilsh Portacio can't meet a deadline.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
These are all
Mr.
books.
Non-punctual.
Yep. Savage Dragon with Eric Lawson, who's Dunn's favorite.
Mr. Chicken Scratch.
There you go.
And then Cyberforce by Mark Silvestri, who was probably the best illustrator of the group.
You know, we did forget this something. You're Tom, I'm D-Man, and Dunnzilla. We never introduced ourselves. We went right into Image.
We went right into Image
We
to
must
show
really-
our
We
enthusiasm.
were too excited.
Yeah, we were. Anyway.
This was the episode that when the show was conceived, this was the one that we wanted to do. Time-wise, and just our passion for Image.
Why are you guys so passionate about this?
Well, I know.
Revolutionized the comic industry.
It actually changed the way comics are done. It actually gave people an outside thing other than DC and Marvel to actually do their stuff.
Exactly.
And to actually be able to create stuff where they weren't getting screwed.
It was a more modern take. It was a creator-friendly company. And so many of these guys had created, which we're going to talk about, created characters for Marvel and DC and got screwed.
Oh, I got shafted.
Oh, yeah.
Shafted.
Big time.
And now they're...
They didn't have any creative control
Nope.
or...
Nope.
Well, they had a little more creative control than they did back in the 60s. In the 60s,
Well,
they
That's why
60s they
Jack
got
Kirby
sick.
worked until he died.
Yeah, because he had no money because
Because Stan Lee took it all.
Yeah.
Well, there you
He
go.
did. That's
sure.
open.
I'm
That's
really-
open
that's
to
another story.
interpretation. But if you really want to know our passion for Image Comics, you should pick up a copy of The Villager in your local store or wherever you get it from.
Or in your mailbox if it came in your mailbox.
And Dunn and I and Daryl speak very candidly about comic books and our passion for one title in particular, Spawn.
The only independent title that's never been canceled, never been rebooted,
Nope.
revamped, what have
Nope.
you.
Nope. It's,
So-
it's
Still
an original.
going.
It's an
25 years straight.
We'll
still
talk
going.
about more. We'll talk about it more in part two. But we got to talk about what caused Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane, Eric Lawson, Wilsh Portacio, Mark Silvestri,
Jim Valentino.
Jim Valentino, and Jim Lee to just walk away from Marvel Comics back in December of 1991. What caused it? We're going to examine it right now.
Give it to me. What is the reason?
They were all working. They were making big moolah at Marvel.
Yeah, they were. Well, all of them are doing like I believe. What do you call it? Wasn't Lee was doing X-Men then?
Lee was doing X-Men. Liefeld was doing X-Force. Todd was doing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Valentino was doing
Guardians
Guardians.
of the Galaxy, and who cares what Larson was doing?
Lawson was doing...
Larson did whatever McFarlane did. He was always right behind him. Oh, I'm going to do Spider-Man now because McFarlane did Spider-Man.
He was doing amazing. He was doing
Oh, that's right,
amazing
yeah, he was,
after
yeah.
Todd.
Yeah, because
Right.
Todd left to do his
Todd
own
left to go do
Spider-Man book.
Spider-Man.
So Eric Lawson said, "Oh, I'll do it."
Yeah.
Wait, now my question is, did Eric Larson leave because he's like, oh, let me come with you guys? Is that why he left or what?
I'm
Yeah,
just
pretty
going to
much.
speculate. I mean, I don't know the guy personally.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Whatever. I'm just trying to figure out.
Wait, who would you say, Eric Larson?
Yeah.
I thought it was Eric Lawson.
Eric Lawson.
Eric Lawson.
Sorry. We're gonna get killed.
Eric
Anyway,
Lawson.
so because now in '92 what happened? I worked for a comic book store that no longer exists. It was called Fabulous Fiction. There was a Worcester store and there was a Sturbridge. Really? There was a Sturbridge store. No, that's the name of the comic store. I didn't
I
think
like
of the
it.
name.
I like it too.
Anyway, so what ended up happening is I used to work there as, doing the comics and I do the pulls. Lo and behold, when Youngblood 1 came out, you couldn't have enough copies in the store.
Oh my God.
Every kid in the store, every kid wanted one. You'd order more and more and more, and they still wouldn't have enough. Same thing happened with Spawn. Spawn was like unbelievable. You could have 100 copies, and you'd be out in 5 minutes.
As I said in the Spawn episode, it is still to this day the highest selling independent comic book of all time. 1.7.
The only problem that Image had back in the beginning was they were late. They were constantly late, and that hurt them a little bit.
Well, that was Liefeld's ego.
Well, no, but it wasn't just Liefeld, it was everybody.
Lawson was just like, ugh.
Well, okay. and the sad thing was comics just come out on Fridays then too. Every Friday kids go, any Image comics out? Any Image comics? You're like, no, there's none. And it was just like it hurt them more. It hurt them more
It
than
hurt
it
them,
helped
yeah.
them.
Like, we'll praise Image to no end, but man, did they have some downfalls.
But
Well-
what made the people leave to?
They
start?
had no creative control.
Yep.
Rob Liefeld created Deadpool and Cable, and McFarlane created Venom.
Yep.
Yep.
Probably the greatest Spider-Man villain ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
One of the greatest.
One of
One
the
of the
greatest.
greatest,
Who?
at least.
We should
Go ahead,
break
go ahead,
it.
Go
go ahead,
for
break
it, man.
Tom Hardy just cast as Venom on Friday.
Rock the Casbah.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck, pal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe do a better job with that one than the last guy you did.
That guy sucked.
Yeah, he did. And the other thing
I think he's unemployed now.
is he? Oh, okay.
Probably.
Probably working at Arby's.
Well, no. He's waiting for that '70s show reboot.
That 75 show.
Yeah, the '75 show. That '80s. Oh, they did an '80s show. Never mind.
Yeah, and it sucked.
Yeah,
it
it did.
didn't even
I
last
think
the
he
whole
went
season.
one episode.
Yeah, seriously.
I think it was like 20
No, they had
seconds.
no creative control over which way they wanted to take Venom or the respective characters. Valentino created so many for Guardians.
Yep.
Jim Lee freaking totally rebooted X-Men.
Oh yeah.
X-Men. The reason why X-Men is one of the most successful Marvel titles of all time and most selling is because they had like 20 different variants. That's something that they introduced.
Yep.
They introduced variants.
Variant
Yeah, they
covers.
did. Yeah, they did. You know, and here's the other thing. Another thing going back to when they first started. Nothing that hurt them for making comics is they wanted. Hey, let's do every convention we could possibly do.
They made the convention scene popular.
Yeah, they did,
Yep.
but their comics suffered for that because everybody wanted to see them, so they weren't there. So they didn't have the happy medium. They also were young back then too, so I can understand it. They
Yeah,
did.
They were only in their 20s.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
They did the whole comic thing. Things are comics done totally different because of Image. Image gave people an outlet to put stuff in that they probably wouldn't have been able to and keep their stuff.
Shout Factory did a documentary called The Image Revolution, which Dunn and I have watched. D-Man, I'm sure we'll see it in the near future. But Liefeld said this best. In '92, when they outsold DC, that forced DC to up their game.
Yep.
That killed Superman. Then they broke Batman's back.
Yep.
It forced a lot of creative flow to go through comics.
Well, yeah, but you know, back then when they did it was the right time because really there wasn't really anything really super.
Comics were stale.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Comics were
They,
stale.
they introduced competition.
Yes.
Right.
And that's the best thing
Because
for anybody.
Because there really was no competition between Marvel and DC. They
Yeah.
were always way up
They
there.
were always number 1 and
And
2.
so this
Image took 2.
independent title comes
Right.
up and is, oh my god, they're getting huge now.
Yeah.
And they're coming out with all these great
They were like,
titles.
to make a professional wrestling analogy, they were like ECW.
Yeah.
They were
Right.
the counterculture. They did the original, different, edgy,
And they were
mature
more
things.
and they were more violent too.
Right.
Oh, God, yeah.
See-
Spawn is the most violent book ever.
Oh yeah, but here's the
Yeah,
thing
it
though.
Shadowhawk, someone gets their back broken in, well, not that issue, in Youngblood issue 2 where Shadowhawk first
Yep.
appeared. The guy's like, ha! Kind of like
Eric Larson style.
Eric Larson stuff,
How do
but
you
kind of
feel
like
about
when we go to do the chiropractor episode.
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna
It's
happen.
not gonna
It's gonna
happen.
happen.
It's not gonna happen.
gonna
Anyway, wow. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, so the other thing is though, I mean, we're talking about Image, but while Image was doing it, there were other companies that were still around the area trying to
Dark Horse.
Dark Horse. There was CrossGen. There was Malibu.
Dynamite.
Dynamite. No, Dynamite.
Dynamite
came
was
later.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was
And there was another company that actually just
Valiant?
before Valiant.
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 I'm only going to say this for a few. Valiant actually, probably Valiant is one of the reasons why Image did what they did because Valiant was making headway, and then Image said, "Hey, let's up the scale," and they turned it to 10 or 11, whatever you wanted to use a Spinal Tap reference.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah,
So
I was
you guys are always doing movie references.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so I think what happened is they saw, hey, we can do this, if they can do it, and they did it, and Image made it work. I mean,
Yep.
not to say that Valiant wasn't good in their day, but Image just,
But Image ended up falling off the face a little bit.
Yeah,
in
they
the
did.
early 2000s
Yep.
with the internet taking over and things
Yep.
like that. And you know what? We'll talk about that more in part 2.
well,
Part one was-
wait, we're still not done with part 1 though yet.
I know we're not, but like
Okay.
the internet and the
Yeah,
Walking
yeah.
Dead, that's a teaser for part 2.
Yep.
Where
Walking Dead?
yeah, that zombie show.
Oh my God! Hey, awesome. Anyway, wow. Anyway, so what we're trying to get at is that Image is actually they've done a lot and they've made the thing amazing. I mean, they've great characters. And they've actually showed that people will stay on a comic, that's what I've always.
Not all of them though.
No, not all of them. But you know what? I've always been a fan of comics. That if you do it, stay on it. I don't like when new people take over.
Yep.
I've
And
never
that's
liked
why-
that.
New creative teams.
Right, exactly. Or artists. I mean, you got a guy who's doing art, and it's awesome. And then you got another guy who, does it, who doesn't know what he's doing.
But these are the only two that are still doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Todd and Eric.
Yep, there you
Awesome.
go. Well, isn't it? we'll get to that in the next one. But yeah, and is Valentino even drawing anymore?
I don't know where Valentino is.
Oh, but like I said,
He's no longer the publisher. I know that.
Okay. And anyway, another thing, and I just want to let everybody know that there's a lot of stuff.